Hey friends, this is my very first recording. I had imagined it to be different, but I just kind of wanted to share what was on my heart and something that's working for me, in hopes that maybe it works for some of you as well. So today and yesterday, I have felt just like this kind of like desire to hermit. Today I just kind of want to drink coffee and like escape in my book, which is a fiction book, which I hardly ever read fiction, and I've been into it hardcore this year. Um, and the realization came to me that I'm in the second part of my cycle. So a while back, I listened to this podcast and I will drop it in the show notes for you. But it kind of explained like the beginning part of the cycle, the ending part of the cycle as a woman, like how you may be feeling towards the beginning and then how you may be feeling towards the end. It went into a lot more detail than that. But I tell you what I took away from that podcast was so enlightening and so, I don't know, it was just so great because it made me kind of become more aware of like why I might be feeling the way that I'm feeling in certain like times of the month. And like, I just want to shout out like women's bodies are so freaking cool. Like, the fact that all of this happens anyways is just like, man, like God made us these incredible beings, right? And I feel like we live in a society that is so masculine driven, that is all just about like, get it done, get it done, get it done, like live your life, do these things, yada, yada, yada. So to take a step back and listen to more about like the feminine energy and how that plays a role and how we show up just in our life, really has made a difference. So let me share with you a little bit more of how that's made a difference in my life. So, like at the beginning of the cycle, like days like 1 through 14-ish, your estrogen is kind of kicking in. And like once your period's over. And once your estrogen starts kicking in, you're going to be starting to feel like more confident, um, like leading up to what things you want to be doing and just like a happier time. Towards the end of the phase, women kind of just naturally like withdraw and also like feel this need and this desire to connect with other women. And I was just kind of cracking up because yesterday we were driving over to Beloit and I'm just like thinking, I'm like, who can I like say hi to? Who can I connect with? Yesterday I just had this need that I was just like, I just want to like say hi to all my women friends and my beautiful people. And I also like recognize myself that I am a little bit more sensitive, just to the things around me. Like I think one of the best things I did for myself yesterday was I got the kids their dinner. Um, and I went outside on my back patio and ate mine and listened to the birds and sat in the sunshine and listened to the pampas grass blowing in the winds and like really tasted my food. And it was probably the best thing I could have done for myself. And I don't know. I just, again, I had this awareness like, oh, this is normal. There's nothing wrong with me because I'm feeling a little hyper emotional. Because I feel like had I stayed in like the chaos of the moment, I would have shown up in a way that I did not want to show up as. And so instead of just powering through it and doing all the things, I was like, I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to give myself a little grace. I'm going to go outside and enjoy my amazing dinner. It was so good. And re-enter back into this space in a way that I really want to. Another thing that I think just kind of makes sense is some women actually like take the awareness of their cycle and like schedule their life kind of around that. It was just kind of interesting. So I had an interview a while back and I had scheduled the interview at the first part of my cycle. By the time I actually had the interview, it was in the second part of my cycle. And the day before the interview, I was like having all these feelings of nervousness and self doubt and like, do I really want this? And blah, blah, blah. And after I came to the awareness, and I'm like, okay, like, I'm at the very end of my cycle here, this self doubt, this withdrawal feeling, it makes sense. I was able to just like stop myself, be more aware of who I truly am and not what my hormones are telling me about myself, and just re-enter with confidence and knowing that I am who I am and I'm not who my hormones are telling me I can be or I have to be or whatnot. And I also find myself just like capitalizing a little bit more on the first part of my cycle. So I'll know that that's where I'm at and say, okay, like I'm gonna make a massive to-do list. I'm gonna like get as much done as I can. I'm gonna like flow through this a little bit easier. And then like after, towards the end of my cycle, I'm gonna allow myself to sit with my cup of coffee and read my book and get escaped in it and just allow for that rest. So we all need rest. We all need to get things done. And there's such this balance between this like masculine and feminine energy that we need to just be more aware of. And I know when I'm more aware of it and kind of schedule it around the times that I'm feeling best, life is just a little bit better. So I hope you took something away from that. That was what was on my heart. And I officially recorded the FFT, fucking first time, um, for a podcast. We'll see if I post it.